Welcome to our last session of the day. I'm Bob LaLiberte with theCUBE Research, joined by Zeus Garofalo from ZK Research and Shailesh Manjrekar, the Chief AI and Marketing Officer at FabrixAI. It's been a great day. We've discussed market trends, we explored the FabrixAI platform, we've seen live demonstrations, we discussed customer outcomes, and just wrapped up a really powerful session on ecosystem partnerships. Now we're going to bring it all together with the insights, the trends, and the key takeaways from this Agentic AI Leashed, the Future of Digital and IT Operations event.
Yeah, this session is really about connecting the dots. What we learned about agentic operations, how the market's evolving, and the most important thing is what it means for the future of enterprise AI.
Yeah, and I have to say, Bob, we started with the vision statement of, hey, all small and big enterprises, they aspire to be autonomous enterprises, right? And we talked about the AI value gap, where I kind of outlined three different aspects of that AI value gap. One is organizational change management, the AI debt, and lastly, operationalizing AI. And I think it's been a fantastic session where we have hopefully we have touched on all those three angles, and we kind of talked in unison across partners, analysts, customers, and so on and so forth. So hopefully customers and the audience walks away with a lot of learnings throughout the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zeus, I want to turn to you because we've seen and witnessed a number of these technological shifts, over the years. What stood out to you most about FabrixAI approach?
Yeah, I think three things really hit me, and I guess I'll wrap them up in fabric, right? And so first, the AI fabric, it's the connectivity tissue across the different domains. Second, the data fabric, and ensures the right data is collected and is used at the right time to provide context. And lastly, the automation fabric, which is where the business value kicks in and it can turn insights into action.
Yeah, I really like that summary. And given my time to comfort for the AI theme, what really impressed me was the guardrails and the context engineering, right? It really makes AI operationally safe and explainable. Shailesh, from your perspective, what did you want people to take away from this event?
Yeah, no, I think when you started this session, you were talking about concept to capability to competitive advantage, right? And it doesn't come easy when you're dealing with a paradigm change, right? So what I mean by that is, to us, LLMs is just a means to an end. You got to have the right building blocks around it, and you really have to have a platform which kind of caters to the three things which I outlined in the beginning. The first and foremost, it has to be purpose built, it has to be enterprise grade, and it has to have all the building blocks, right? To be able to do things in what I call those 5 capabilities around governance, observability, explainability, trust, and security, right? And that's what I think we were able to demonstrate today.
Yeah, in fact, I think, Shailesh, that's really a differentiator, because too often these solutions, these AI solutions are black boxes. In fact, I saw somebody describe one as a black box for a black box, right? And so FabrixAI is transparent, governed, and built for enterprise scale.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Zeus, let's widen the lens for a minute. From an analyst standpoint, how does what we've seen today fit into the broader industry trends that are going on?
Well, I think the big shift, Bob, is we're seeing a shift from automation to autonomy, right? And that requires a new operational model. Enterprises need intelligence that can move across silos, the different silos of networking, cloud, data, and security, in order to make context-driven decisions. What FabrixAI is doing maps perfectly to that. They're not just simplifying IT, they're laying the groundwork for the self-optimizing enterprise.
Ooh, I like that, the self-optimizing enterprise. That's a big initiative going on, right? So big statement.
You need time to comfort for that.
Yeah, exactly. So Shailesh, how do you see the market evolving over the next 12 to 18 months?
Yeah, so Bob, I mean, just to add to that, right? So we started about, how do you move from experimental to really production environments, right? And really that is where the capabilities come into picture. It's one thing to demonstrate a demo with one use case with a few kind of operational assets, right? It's another thing to be getting data from 500 different assets, right? And being able to cater to bespoke use cases. And that's where the platform approach really kind of stands out. And we think we really have a winner when it comes to the agentic operational world.
Yeah, and as that happens, the winners will be the ones who combine open ecosystems with trusted automation. And so, that's exactly what we heard from Cisco, from Outshift, AWS, Splunk, and IBM.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's bring it back to the business outcome, Shailesh. After hearing from the customers and partners today, what's the business impact that resonates the most with you?
Yeah, no, I think it really kind of dovetails into faster outcomes, speed, and confidence, right? I mean, we talked about the issues with AIOps, which were the last mile issues, which clearly squarely get solved with the agentic approach, right? And you have now these agents where you are using LLMs as judge, you are using LLMs as agents, right? To actually kind of create this multi-agentic orchestration workflows, right, which can take care of a lot of this, operational tasks which had manual interventions, right? And that's where kind of the speed and confidence comes in.
Yeah, here trust is the key, right? Without trust, AI can't scale. And I think what Fabrix has done is built trust into the fabric. You can argue, I think you built a trust fabric, and from the network layer all the way up to the business logic.
Yeah. No, I think that, the takeaway is pretty clear. The agentic operations deliver not only automation, but autonomy with accountability. So, Shailesh, before we close, give us your forward-looking view. What's next for FabrixAI?
Yeah, no, I think we have clearly demonstrated the platform capabilities, and particularly in complex environments like telco where we excel, right? So we do have a lot of telco customers, some with Cisco, some on ourselves, right? But looking forward, we'll continue to double down on the ecosystem. We'll continue to provide a lot more multi-agentic workflows, right? Where, as I said, it's really an ecosystem play, right? So you could have an Ericsson or a Nokia bring in their agents for, say, RAN operations, right? And we can kind of include them in the broader orchestration, right? So that's our vision. We continue to double down on kind of bespoke use cases, right? So as I see, the value add or the outcomes out of this is first and foremost, obviously, is the productivity gains, right? From there, we go into actually consolidating use cases. And finally, we go into consolidating practices, right? Whether it's IT ops, NOC ops, SecOps, all of these things now come together because you are kind of eliminating those data silos.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started by exploring the challenges of AI readiness, ended up with the roadmap for how to operationalize it responsibly. FabrixAI has made a compelling use case for how agentic AI can bring intelligence, trust, and automation together across every layer of the enterprise.
Yeah, and indeed, I think what this event showcases, not just the technology, but actually, you can think of it as a movement, if you will. It's the shift from reactive operations to proactive, automated, self-driving systems.
Absolutely. I think well said. And I think this will be one kind of event which will go down probably in history. I hope so, Bob. Right. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you for staying with us. And thank you, SiliconANGLE and ZK Research, being part of this and co-hosting this with us. Obviously, you saw a lot more value in us to be able to be worthy of actually co-hosting this event with three of us. So thank you again.
Yeah, absolutely. And a huge thank you to you, Shailesh, and also to you, Zeus, and also to everyone who's been part of the FabrixAI Agentic AI Unleashed, the Future of Digital and IT Operations event. On behalf of theCUBE and theCUBE Research, ZK Research, and FabrixAI, thank you for spending the day with us. Now, make sure you stay tuned for post-event highlights and upcoming sessions. And also make sure if you've got some needs around in trying to figure out your AI and your agentic AI strategy, that you reach out directly to FabrixAI. I'm Bob LaLiberte. Thanks for watching.